Guys, stopper covers over pole stations is very important in public areas, especially schools where there is a lot of people that like to pull fire alarms as a prank, and they think it's a good idea. The reason why kids are pulling fire alarms in schools is because they don't want to go to class. So they pull the alarm so they can skip class. Not good. You can't do that. Any misuse of life safety equipment will result in major consequences. So never ever misuse life safety equipment. And that includes don't pull fire alarms for a prank, or you want to get out of class, you want to skip a test, or you think it's funny. Don't do that. Only pull them if there is a fire, or if you have permission to do it during a drill, or if you have permission to test the alarm system, or if you have your own fire alarm system at home that doesn't contact the fire department. It is fine to pull the fire alarm for those reasons, but under any circumstances, it is never, ever okay to pull fire alarms as a prank, want to get out of class, and for fun. You don't ever do that. That is tampering. You can't do that. And false alarms put other people's lives in danger because it wastes emergency responders' time. There could be actual emergency somewhere else, but the emergency personnel could not be at the real emergency because you caused a false alarm. Not good. Also, it puts people in the building at risk because if this keeps happening, people will start ignoring the alarm and assume it's another false alarm, but it can be real dangerous if the building catches on fire and everyone will die because they didn't take the real alarm seriously and get out because they didn't believe it was real. That is not okay at all. So this is why we need to reduce false fire alarms. And one of the ways we can reduce false fire alarms is to put stopper covers over pole stations in public buildings that are very high likely to be tampered with. I mean, if there's a pole station in a classroom, tampering is a big deal with that. So there needs to be a stopper over that. That will prevent students from activating the alarm as a prank. I mean, those stopper covers have a alarm on them that sounds when you lift them, which means everyone is going to be alerted that someone is trying to pull the fire alarm as a prank. They'll either run away or put it back, and if they do pull the alarm as a prank, they will get caught. They can't get away with it because everyone's looking at it. This reduces false fire alarms from being pulled, and this reduces people from pulling them and getting away with it. Because that alarm in the cover will draw immediate attention to the area that someone is trying to cause trouble. And if they do cause trouble, they will get caught. So this prevents false fire alarms completely if they put it back in time. It's like a burglar alarm that you would hear if someone tries to break into your house. I mean, the same thing happens when you try to pull a fire alarm as a prank in public. When you lift the cover, it sounds the alarm, alerting people that some prankster is about to set off the alarm system in the building. Not good. That is just like your burglar alarm that you would hear if someone tries to break into your building. That is the sound you would hear if someone tries to pull the fire alarm as a prank. Stopper covers prevent false fire alarms without restricting legitimate access to pull stations in public buildings. Or if you have your own pull station at home and there's a risk for someone else to tamper with it, you put a cover over it so no one that walks into your home is going to pull it unless you give permission for them to do so if you are conducting a drill in your house. I mean, you can mess with your own pull station at home, but in a public building, do not mess with it. Leave it alone. And if they're likely to be tampered with, stoppers are very important in areas where tampering with a pull station is a big deal. Because that will reduce or completely eliminate people from pulling fire alarms as a prank. I mean, we need to put a stop to this because this is unacceptable. Bye.